Joan loved the thrill of skiing, the rush of the wind against her face as she glided down the slopes. It was her favorite pastime, a break from the monotony of her daily life. But one date day, as the snow gently fell from the sky, Joan's joy turned to anguish when she lost her footing and fell, breaking her leg in the process. Lying in the snow, her leg throbbing with pain, Joan felt a mixture of fear and helplessness. Fortunately, a kind stranger witnessed her fall and rushed to her aid. He called for help and stayed by Joan's side until the ski patrol arrived. In the weeks that followed, Joan's world shifted. With her leg in a cast and unable to bear weight, her independence was stripped away. Simple tasks like grocery shopping and collecting her mail became daunting challenges. However, she soon discovered she didn't have to face this trying time alone. To her surprise, Ethan, her downstairs neighbor, began stopping by daily, offering to run errands for her and ensure she had everything she needed. He would carry her groceries, water her plants, bring in her mail with a genuine smile that lit up the room. Joan was touched by his kindness, but she couldn't help but feel guilty for burdening him with her problems. As days turned into weeks, Joan's initial discomfort at accepting help gradually faded. Ethan's selflessness erased her worries, and they formed an unexpected friendship. They would spend evenings chatting and sharing stories, and Joan soon discovered that Ethan was a treasure trove of knowledge and wisdom. One day, as Joan limped to her apartment door, she noticed an eviction notice stuck to the wood. Her heart sank, wondering how she would manage to move with her broken leg. But when she reached out to remove the notice, it was already gone. Bewildered, she couldn't fathom who would have taken it down before she saw it. Joan decided to visit the rental office and inquire about the eviction notice. She hobbled in with her crutches, trying not to worry about the situation. The office manager, Mrs. Green, greeted her with a warm smile before turning serious as she looked through her records. "Joan, afraid I have some bad news," said Mrs. Green, her eyes filled with empathy. "It appears that your rent has not been paid in the last 2 months, and I have no choice but to proceed with the eviction." Joan's heart pounded in her chest, her mind racing with confusion. How could this have happened? She had always been diligent about paying her bills on time. Mrs. Green continued to look through the paperwork and then frowned. "Wait a minute," she said as she looked at her computer screen. Joan had tears welling up in her eyes. "This can't be right." She mouthed some words and then looked at her paperwork again. "It seems as if your rent has been taken care of." Joan looked at Mrs. Green, confused, stunned, and unable to comprehend the situation. Joan stammered, "But who paid it?" Mrs. Green used her mouse as she looked at her computer. "I don't know, but it just paid. Probably not even an hour ago." Joan headed back to her apartment feeling so confused and thankful. She went inside and plopped down. Within minutes, Ethan was at her door. She got up and answered it. He was on the other side handing over her mail. The smile he gave her said something. Joan said thank you and hugged Ethan. He never said anything. He only smiled back and asked did she need anything. Joan said no, and Ethan headed to his apartment. As she closed her door, she had no doubt who had paid her rent, even though she couldn't prove it.